time. Today, we're going to continue my If I Were President list. Over the past 10 years, 20? 19 years. Over the past 19 years, I've made list after list annually of what I would do to change this country, to change the world, to change politics, to change the way people are and what people do, and what people need to be doing versus what they don't need to be doing. Politicians too. And my first two were on legalizing weed nationally, federally, because it makes less work for our court systems, our jails, our prisons, our police officers, blah, 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 blah. It just makes things easier. Number two, I talked about animal cruelty and making it an automatic felony in all 50 states, wanting a national registry of animal felony culprits, per se. Just like a sex offender registry follows you everywhere, an animal cruelty registry should follow you everywhere and prevent you from owning any more animals after you get your conviction. That way you don't repeat history and less animals suffer. Today, our number three is going to be on child marriage, and it should be illegal. See, back in the 1800s and the early 1900s, high school wasn't a thing. Secondary education after one-room schoolhouses wasn't a thing. Even in the 1920s and 1930s, when schools became bigger, 6 classrooms, 8 classrooms, smaller school buildings, secondary education wasn't a thing in small towns or smaller communities. Maybe there were high schools in certain areas, certain cities, like big cities, and larger towns that had, a regional high school for 10 towns. But and then child labor was made illegal in the 1920s, I think. I'm not quite sure. But when child labor was made illegal, what was there without any high school to take over after schooling was done for kids? Whether you did 8 grades, 7 grades, 8 grades, 9 grades of primary school education in your one-room schoolhouse or your small town local school. What was there to do when you're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old? Get married. Start courting, start dating, meet your potential husband or wife. Buy a piece of land, start building a house or buy a house. Start fixing up a little shack or a little cabin or a little house somewhere and decide, oh, okay, you're going to be my wife, you're going to be my husband. We're 16 years old, blah, blah, blah. It's fine, it's legal. But nowadays, we have high school, we have higher education, we have community college, we have technical schools, we have jobs, we have a workforce. Teenagers get jobs, not all, but some. They might get after-school jobs, weekend jobs, summer jobs. There's more to do as a teenager than just to get pregnant and marry before you're 18, or to get married before you're 18. In certain religious sects like Islam or Hinduism, or in certain evangelical nutbag fundamentalist Christianity nutbags might encourage their 16 and 17-year-olds to get married young. But we don't need that in this nation. Just as at 18 years old, you have to wait until you're 18 to have a credit card. You have to wait until you're 18 to join the Army and the U.S. forces. You have to wait until you're 18 to buy cigarettes. You have to wait until you're 18 to sign your own forms for doctor appointments. You have to wait until you're 18 to sign your own forms for school stuff. You have to wait until you're 18 to enroll in college, most places, not all, but many. You have to wait until you're 18 to do a lot of stuff legally for yourself. And marriage, when you become married, you should be able to sign for yourself. But what if you're 15? You technically can't sign for yourself. Your male partner or your parents still have to sign for you for a lot of things. Just as The FAFSA forms require you to be 24 years old before you sign your own FAFSA forms for financial aid. That's ridiculous. What if you're 18 and you don't have parents who can sign your FAFSA forms for you because you're at college and you need financial aid? See, it doesn't make any sense. If 0 divided by 0 equals Cookie Monster has no cookies left because theory said so, then 18 should be automatically the automatic age for everything adulting. Adulting should be at 18, not at 14, 15, 16. When you're 14, 15, 16, you should be going to school, whether you're 7th grade to 12th grade, whatever. You should not be adulting when you're still in school. You should be adulting after you graduate from high school, after you're 18, not beforehand. Marriage included. That's a lot. It's a lot of thoughts. And I'm thinking in my head of what to say next on this. Oh, there are lots of nations in Europe that have banned child marriage before the age of 18 or 19. I'm not sure what ages, but different nations understand the importance of education and childhood and adolescence and parenting your kids until they are old enough to make their own adult decisions. A lot of European nations have banned child marriage, regardless of your religion, regardless of your faith or your ethnicity or your nationality. They're like, nope, you want to get married in this country at 14? Nope, not happening. A lot of European countries, Middle Eastern countries are joining the bandwagon as well of banning child marriage. Lots of nations in Africa and South America are banning child marriage for the same reasons. Education is more important than getting married at a young age. Education is more important than getting pregnant at a young age. And speaking of pregnancy and marriage, marriage does not solve your teenage pregnancy. It doesn't. No matter what MTV's Teen Mom would tell you, that get married because you're pregnant at 16. That's not true. You're going to have more problems in marriage at 16 than you are at 30. I'm 29 and just got married myself right after my 29th birthday. And marriage is not as easy as it looks on TV sitcoms or movies or dramas. Marriage is forever until the day you die. You're stuck with that person forever. Marriage is not to be taken for granted with a grain of salt. Stupid politicians in Congress who are 80, 90 years old, get with the times. It's not the 40s or 50s anymore where some places, some towns, areas didn't have enough high schools, and so lack of education, hello young marriage at 15, 16. No, folks, it's not that time anymore. It's time to get with the 21st century, get with the program, no more child marriage. 18, people, 18. Even 18 is too young to get married, in my opinion. But hey, if you want to join the army, and you want to get married, and you want to get a credit card, all at 18, by all means, do it. Who am I to stop you? But before then, no. In fact, I think you should have a high school diploma or a GED before you get married. I think that should be a law. Because at least then you would have an education to prove that you are an adult. And that's it, folks. That's my opinion on child marriage. Make it illegal, raise the limit to 18, and thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, click that thumbs up button. Thumbs up. Goodbye.